The Gospel of Luke opens the story of the Visitation with a sense of sudden momentum. Mary doesn't simply leave. The text notes she sets out in haste. The geography reveals the weight of that haste. This map shows the route from Galilee to the hill country of Judah, a trek of 80 to 100 miles on foot. This steep, arid terrain takes several days of heavy exertion to complete. This was a purposeful pilgrimage. Every mile of this difficult terrain was trained by the message Mary had just received, turning a physical struggle into a response to divine intervention. The journey creates a specific tension. What happens when the travel ends? The narrative builds toward the moment Mary finally reaches Zachariah's house and stands before Elizabeth. The physical strain of the trip serves as the necessary prelude. The exhaustion of the road sets the stage for an encounter that will shift the focus from a single traveler to a broader history. When Mary enters the house, the scale of the story shifts. We move from the wide, punishing landscape of the Judean hills into the quiet, interior space of a home. Mary speaks, and the sound of her greeting acts as a physical trigger. Her voice carries a weight that changes the room's atmosphere. The reaction is dual and immediate. The infant leaps in Elizabeth's womb, and Elizabeth is described as being filled with the Holy Spirit. Elizabeth recognizes Mary not just as a relative, but as the mother of my Lord. She provides an immediate vocal validation of Mary's faith and the truth of what she has been told. In this moment, a private family meeting becomes a prophetic event. Elizabeth's reaction confirms that the child Mary carries is the central focus of the revelation. Mary responds to this recognition with the Magnificat. She moves past the immediate circumstances of her arrival to provide a broader theological explanation of what is occurring. She identifies herself as a lowly servant, contrasting her social position with the greatness of the Lord she is there to proclaim. Mary describes a God who reorders social structures, lifting up the lowly and removing the mighty from power. The song applies this same logic to resources. The hungry are filled with good things, while the rich are sent away with nothing. Mary connects these actions to the past. She anchors this mercy to the lineage of Israel and the specific promise made to Abraham and his children. By citing these ancient promises, Mary's song frames her personal journey as the continuation of a long-standing covenant with her people. After the high energy of the journey and the intensity of the song, the text settles. Mary remains with Elizabeth for 3 months, replacing the initial haste with a period of stillness. This 3-month stay represents a period of shared waiting and solidarity. Before returning to her own home, Mary stays in a space where her experience is fully understood and believed. The impact of the visit extends beyond those 3 months. Mary's declaration thus shifts the focus toward a future legacy. We can track that expansion here. What began as a localized encounter between 2 women in a small town has been recited and remembered by successive generations, moving from a single home to a global audience. The Visitation began with a hurried trip by a woman of no social standing. It resulted in a text that continues to define divine mercy as a force that prioritizes the lowly and the hungry.